already took it, says Jack. I took nothing, says the robber. That's all I had, so if you took nothing, then you must have took it from me. Well, the robber starts in to laugh. He says to Jack, what are you doing now? A young fellow like you. Suppose you're off trying to find a missing princess. And that's what I'm not, says Jack. That's one thing I'm not interested in. But I am looking for a job. Then the robber says to him, Are you any hand to rob? Me? A robber, says Jack. Yes, says the robber. Well, said Jack, I suppose I could learn. That's the spirit, says the robber. You come with me and my gang, he says, and I'll show you the ropes. And your dog will come in handy too. Thank you kindly, says Kevin Fonce. Did that dog just talk? Asks the robber. I don't think so, says Jack. Never heard tell of a dog that could talk. Fair enough, says the robber. But he takes Jack back to his cave, and there's 12 beds all in a row. And the fellow says, Your first job is to make up them beds. This is the robber's beds now, and there's 12 of them. And I suppose you'll want your own bed. No, says Jack. I always sleep in the coal box. So that's how Jack and Kevin Fonce became robbers. Before you know it, they're the best robbers of 'em all. Now, every day after a hard day's robbing, the whole gang meets on the long bridge and shows each other what they got. And without fail, Jack and his dog always show up with the most. The robbers love 'em. They're the real high-liners. But one day, Jack gets home early, and he doesn't wait for the others, and he starts in to snoop around the cave. After a while, he sees Kevin Fonce sniffing and whimpering at a little door way in the back. Then the dog starts to bark. Be quiet, you fool, says Jack. But he jimmies the door open, and there's the Princess Frederica herself, tied to a chair. Jack takes the big bow and says, Ah, you must be the princess. Yes, she says. Can you help me? Yes, he says. Sure, that's what I come for. I am Jack, the King of Ashes. Yes, bye, says the princess, a bit skeptical. But she soon realizes he is a good young fella. He and Kevin Fonce untie the princess, grab a big sack of money from the robbers, and quick as a flash, the three of them start to run out the door. They run like the milltails down the road till, off in distance, they see the robbers coming home towards the bridge. Oh my, we're caught, says the princess. What are we going to do now? Hide under the bridge, says Kevin Fonce. The princess says, Did he just speak? I don't think so, says Jack, but I'm never sure. Anyway, they follow the dog's advice, and under the bridge they go. They can hear one of the robbers above saying, Where's Jack to? Not like him to be late, says another. Don't suppose he's after running off, says another fella. Maybe we better go back and check. So back they go, and Jack and the princess up boot and give her down the road. They go so fast their feet hardly touch the ground. But then, off a little distance, they see a cloud of dust coming down the road towards them. That's it, says Jack. It's the robbers. We're done for. Then they see this run-down old boarding house that hasn't seen a customer in years, with a sign out front reading, Hennessy's Boarding House, Mrs. Dorcas Hennessy, proprietress. Jack knocks on the door and says, Mrs. Hennessy, he says, there's some ruffians after us, and they'll make away with us if they catch us up. You got to hide us. Oh, my, she says. You go down in the cellar. I'll lift the hatch. Now there's a hatch under the coal box down to the basement. Then she says, I got to warn you, she says, there's a frightening sight down there. What's that? Says Jack. But before she can answer, there's a brutal knock